Jaheim Bell, he moves on. Kyle Morlock, I remember you touting his signing when he transferred in, that he was going to be a key piece, and he caught 19 passes last year.
Yep, Jaheim Bell gone. Had a really impressive combine. He's going to get drafted by whoever can fit in his kind of play to whichever NFL team he goes to offensively. But now you're left with Kyle Morlock. You've got a 5-star with Landon Thomas, player that was committed to Georgia, flips back over to Florida State. And then you got Jackson West, who's put on a lot of size. You're probably looking to be a blocking tight end. You lost also to Marqueston Douglas from the last couple of seasons. He's gone. He hit the transfer portal, and some of that that hurts this room the most probably. And looking in this preview, this room is certainly, to me, sort of concerning, just because Landon Thomas, I'm going to see more out of him in 2025 than I'm going to see in 2024, because I just don't have the expectations of that. You got a guy like Jarrell Powers, though, that has been in the program, who can take that next step. Actually lost a little bit of pounds this spring camp, but I think could be a pass catcher for Florida State moving forward with Kyle Morlock. And then you've got a guy like Brian Courtney, who, hearing some good things about him in spring camp. I'm trying to understand how, where he fits in this tight end room. But this is something that Coach Thompson, the tight ends coach for Florida State, got to figure out here how to rearrange the pieces while also replacing pieces with what you had last year with Jaheim Bell and Marqueston Douglas. Marqueston Douglas was a pivotal role a lot in the blocking scheme. Also, too, shout out to Biscuit, man. He could also catch some passes as well. But this room, at least going into the spring, concerns me a little bit. And we'll see if there's going to be any moves made in a transfer portal here. The size that was added on the Jackson West, adding on those pounds. I don't have the numbers here on me, but I know he added a significant amount of size. That's someone that I would expect that they're prepping to be in one of their blocking tight ends going into this upcoming season.
Logan, I'm counting 5 offensive linemen coming back that had pretty significant snaps, including the guy that's pretty much been the anchor there at center for the last 2 seasons, Maurice Smith, with 24 starts.
Big Mo coming back for his 18th season at FSU. No, I love that guy. And just for him, for the most part, this guy goes through and he battles, and people kind of forget how important the center position is. If we went back 5 years ago, man, the center position was extremely concerning. And some of the people that were in there and the inconsistencies, it was one of the most talked about position groups of being the worst. It was really declining. And so Maurice Smith comes in. It's easy to overlook offensive line in general, but as a center guy, leader, glue to the middle of that line, Maurice Smith has held his own for an undersized guy too. A lot of fans and analysts gave him a hard time and not expected him to start at FSU. He's just held his own, and he's done a really good job. If I went back to practices and watch how many times that he had to face Robert Cooper, Fabian Lovett, Joshua Farmer, he held his own, and that's why he's held on to his center position. And luckily, you got some guys behind him as well that are going to see some, hopefully not playing time, because you want to have Maurice Smith be healthy. But in case there were to be, there's some guys that came in like Richie Leonard, who's probably going to be at that right guard position from Florida. There's some guys at that center position around him that can step in place if need be. But like I was saying earlier, Mark, I want to see this group turn into we need some hard glue here. I didn't like the whole shifting around last year. I understand, guys get injured, and it was good that you have some depth pieces, and Darius Washington is a hybrid guy, but I would really like to see a solidified offensive line that you have on a consistent basis. If you don't have any kind of health problems there, would love to see that group stay consistent with where they're at. But yeah, Darius Washington, going to be interested to see which place that he ends up starting. He was just been super developmental throughout his career at FSU. Keandre Jones comes back, former Auburn transfer there, probably that left guard position. Bryson Estes is right there behind him, one of the strongest players on the team, if not the strongest. And then right tackle with Jeremiah Byers coming back. Kind of had a hit or miss season last year. I think had to get used to the competition a little bit. But Jeremiah Byers at that right tackle, Julian Armella kind of testing out the waters there at right tackle, leaving left tackle. Was sitting behind Robert Scott last year at left tackle, at least in this time in camp. So a lot of returnees, a lot of veterans in this group, which probably also played a role for DJ picking FSU. Just staying healthy will be key for them because the whole shuffling thing last year. Yeah, Coach Atkins was impressed by it, and that's what they had to do on an almost week to week basis. But I'm sure he would like to lock down a starting five and try to keep that consistently. Knock on wood, health wise, everything goes fine.
Check out Logan's work at Knoll Game Day and everything that they've got available there, covering Florida State football. And of course, right here at the Voice of College Football as well. We've got our Wednesday night show at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Logan comes on right after, right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern, right on Wednesdays.
Yes, on the late night crew over there at 7 o'clock. So if you want to hear some more FSU stuff, come hang out with us as we talk some more spring camp.